34 weeks to Madiera. We are in the Sportsbarn in Kings Lynn. This monstrosity of a Soviet era containment facility for athletics. It's like an aircraft hangar. Not exactly warm weather training, but it is it is shielded from the elements. So yeah, we're going to get ourselves set up and do some training. Plan for some warm weather training today was to do this indoors, maybe get a bit of a spa. So I've booked into a spa close by as well. And I was maybe going to go and do some sunbeds for some vitamin D, but didn't really have time for that. We do have a long jump, difficult because a lot of the apparatus here is owned by one of the other clubs, and I don't yet have authorisation to use them. But this is where we're going to be in 6 weeks' time for the indoor meet, where there's going to be shot put, high jump, pole vault, long jump and hurdles. So time to get on with it. I've already dilly-dallied somewhat on getting here. It was only actually open from 3 o'clock. So we'll scope it out, see if it works. If it does, we might do some other days here. And yeah, catch up later in the week. 34 weeks. Welcome back to the same episode now at the UEA in Norwich. It's really mild tonight. There's been an increase in temperature of about 10 to 15 degrees overnight, so that's been really nice to train outside with that. And compared to yesterday when I was at the Sportsbarn, it's almost pleasant out. It's nice to be back out walking through here like I was at the beginning of this video series, and this is just reminding me to actually refocus on next October and what I'm trying to achieve. So we'll touch base on that a little more at the end of this update. I normally like to talk about 3 things, so I've already given an update yesterday on this winter weather training at the Sportsbarn. Obviously that was good. I did get a sprint session in there. So the 2 things that I want to top up on tonight are how to deal with training volume. Obviously, given the strength and conditioning that I'm doing and the decathlon or heptathlon at the moment, there's a lot of volume potentially. So how am I going to navigate that? And then an update on kit as well. I've had some ups and downs with athletics kit, and I'm eager to engage with that more formally and assess and admit the impact that's likely to have, potentially to have. So again, we're in a bit of a period of not feeling like too much progress is being made, and we're having to trust the system to some degree. Had a nice spa last night, nothing crazy, no like treatments or anything, just nice jacuzzi, sauna, steam room. Feeling borderline coming down with a viral thing, so had to be careful not to allow myself to get too cold during that. But really nice, and I think I'm going to go back and do that again after this pentathlon day. So in 5 weeks' time, on Sunday, there's the Keith Ward Memorial match in the Sportsbarn in Kings Lynn. I'm going to go there. I'm going to do 5 events: hurdles, long jump, high jump, pole vault and shot put. And it's going to be a bit tight, but it's going to be a really good feel for, it won't be a full heptathlon, but it'll be a really good feel for can I handle that sort of, even organisation, even that sort of mental administration. So the winter training thing went well. It's a good tool to have. It's something I'm going to look forward to. The 2 things I took out of it is that I'd want to probably get access to equipment there so that I can do some technical stuff, and the second thing is to really prepare for it and make sure it's a stress-free day, so that I just really look forward to it, and it's not like another day that I need to recover from. It should be almost a recovery type day in itself, or at least in as many aspects as possible. So training volume, so it's really come out this week, the training volume. I'm starting this essentially powerlifting program that, although it's only 4 weeks long, that I'm spreading over 12, has got the potential to just not have enough space for it, because there's 5 workouts a week, so it's 20 workouts, and what with deload weeks and everything else I'm doing, that's actually quite a lot. So yeah, a lot of powerlifters that are training several times a week, these advanced lifters, yeah, that's a lifestyle, that is a commitment that requires dedication, and I believe it's often easier to be in that zone if you aren't in a relationship, if you don't have kids, or maybe you already work within that industry. So Lane Norton, who is the man that devised it, he's a PhD in strength and conditioning, I believe, and in nutrition, or some sort of specialisation in nutrition, but he works day to day in that environment. So I think those sorts of things really help as well. So I've got a few strategies to try and to deal with the fact that I could easily be doing 3 athletic sessions a week, which that would be very, very tiring, even if I didn't have a tiring job, or if I could be easily doing 3 heavy strength and conditioning sessions a week, which again, even if I didn't have other things going on, could be quite a lot. But try to combine the 2 of those, and work stress, relationship, and time to relax and do some other hobbies as well. This is obviously a hobby, I can't have too many time consuming hobbies. That's a challenge. So one thing that I'm doing is making use of lighter days. So this evening at the track I was doing some long jump, and I just did a technical session. So did a full warm up, did some mobility drills, did some hurdle drills, but then when it came to some really aerobically demanding stuff, I took some time out and didn't do quite so much of that. There was bits and bobs of plyos, I didn't do any plyometrics, and then the guys that were doing the long jump, they finished off with a few sprints as well. So obviously yesterday I was doing those sprints, so I wasn't going to do those sprints again tonight. So this was a real recovery session tonight. So that's the plan, is that at the gym I can have recovery sessions as well, where I can split some of the workouts into 2 and do kind of a lighter session. So I'm planning to do 2.5 sessions per week at the gym on average on the weeks that I'm going to be in the gym. So that's one strategy that I really found worked well over the big man in campus. That was a really good habituation program to just get me at the gym regularly, to work out even just the times that you can be at the gym on certain equipment and things. And another strategy is recovery techniques, so improving the quality of sleep, things like spa. I don't really do deep tissue massage, but that's something in the past I think can be helpful, like a sports massage, maybe like ice cold showers and things once I'm not viral, and just focusing on good nutrition and things like that as well. So and I think at the end of the day, one of the main things to address the volume is also in the gym to say, right, well, I'm following prescribed weights and sets, but if there's optional parts of the programme to not do, to say, okay, I'm going to take advantage of that and not do that part of the programme, or I'm just going to say, I'm going to finish this programme a week later than I was planning. A big thing is the metabolic damage, so how fatigued the muscles are, and there's also the neurological damage as well, so just feeling that mental strain and grogginess, and like you almost like you've got a headache from doing too much tackling stuff, and some of the high jump and long jump stuff is really quite mentally draining, which doing 1 rep maxes absolutely is. Quick update: the 1 rep maxes, we're at 160 with the deadlift, and yesterday we did 100 kilograms with the bench press, so that's a new 1 rep max in the dead, equal 1 rep max in the bench, and tomorrow the plan is to go in and do squat as well. That's been a real eye-opener, that I am still as strong as I was in the past, but that it's really taken out of me this week to make those. So yeah, a bit on kit now as well. I've really enjoyed my new run spikes, the new lacing that coach suggested a couple of weeks ago. Found really helpful running them yesterday. I've got some throwing shoes. They unfortunately were half a size too big, and looking through some of the fine print of reviews, there are other people saying actually you need to downsize, so I haven't been able to get those back to the shop. They took back to the shop, they're saying I need to send them back online, so I finally sent them back today. So there's a bit of pinball going around with these shoes. I'm going to order new ones, half a size smaller. Hopefully that's going to be enough. I don't want to be having loose throwing shoes when I really need to grip the ground, and I'm also going to have to buy some long jump shoes as well. I'm not going to buy high jump shoes at the moment. I'm probably going to do my first high jump competition just in trainers, but again, that's something that I'm probably going to have to invest in as well. I will try and look for deals and try to get them for like 20-30 quid or something. I'm not going to be spending 60 to 100 pounds on several pairs of shoes. That's something that in future I can consider if I get more serious. Looking ahead to Madiera, I was talking to a couple of the a senior athlete and a coach that's not been coaching long and they've been competing until recently about the Masters. I'm conscious that there's not much happening between July and the Masters in October, and it's a real opportunity for me to specialise in sprints and get some good times and see if I can make a final or something. We just have to see in terms of my goal to compete at a national level, whether I can get equivalent times to what the national qualifications are, even if that is later in the year, so that I'm meeting my target. I'm sure making to the final in some of these with similar times of qualifying for national championships, I would consider to have met my goal, but we'll just have to be careful about that. But yep, still going. The vision is Madiera 2025 in October, and yeah, fingers crossed we'll be in the shape of our life and pushing the boundaries and doing things we've never done before. So until next week.